Hey everybody, Dr. Redundant here, Mark, and I'm here to do Stefan 73's subscriber contest with comic themed covers and stuff like that. Basically, the stuff I got to show is the same stuff everybody else has shown, so it's just kind of a rehash. But the main reason why I want to do this is to just to congratulate Stefan for reaching that subscriber mark that he has. I think it's far too low for someone who's been around as long as you have and does the great videos that you do. I don't know, again, another person, I don't know how you don't have a hell of a lot more subscribers. You show lots of really interesting stuff. I love your as a Rift, like a value shopper. I love that because it's you can get a hell of a lot of anything you want if you're just shopping on eBay and clicking a button, and it all comes to you. But when you're digging thrift, you've got to just take what comes to you. You don't say, I want to find this and I want to find this and I want to find this. No, you got to take what comes to you. And some days, as you've shown recently with a couple of your finds, fucking killer shit shows up that you get for a song. I mean, somebody else will have that same record and have bought it for like serious coin on eBay or somewhere like that, because they want to have it too, and there's a reason. It's a great record, but they're trying to find things that way. That's really cool. So I always admire that. I like that. To me, that's my personal approach. I like that. What comes to me. But not that I don't do a little online shopping. Sometimes it's nice to get things that way too. But post-punk stuff is always really cool and really interesting. The proggy show is always so completely off my radar as prog, so I just love that. It's not stuff I know, and so it's really interesting. And I love your videos, Stefan. They're just great. So let's start with the same old shit everybody else has shown. And I'm sorry there's nothing super duper cool or sexy here. I dug through what I have out and sleeved and cleaned and kind of organized, and I really didn't see much that kind of fit in the theme. I got a couple here that maybe weren't shown, but I'm not sure they fit in the theme. But anyways, okay, so I'm the 27th people of 35 entries to show this. But here it is. This I know is definitely a cartoon comic book cover. This is Crumb, and he's just hilarious. I'm sure you've seen it, but anybody who hasn't, there's a fantastic documentary on him and his very, very strange life. He's a record collector too, by the way. I think he's into old blues records. One of the things he says in that movie, which I thought was just incredibly interesting, was his kind of focus on as a cartoonist was he's obsessed with sketching the kind of background clutter of everyday life. So in his drawings, there's street posts and street posts and lamp posts and hydro wires and phone lines and like all this kind of clutter background shit that just fills our daily environments. Billboards and advertising, all that crap. He draws all of that. He's kind of he says he's a little obsessed with it. So I thought that was kind of cool. That is a kind of a focus that maybe not everybody has. Some people's cartoons are a little bit more of a maybe utopian kind of world where certain things aren't included. Next is Cream's Wheels of Fire. I thought this had a kind of a comic book look to it. Lots of strange things on the background and boobies up here, and you could just see whatever you wanted to in that picture when you were freaking out, tripping out, dropping acid, listening to Cream. psychedelic cartoony inside cover too. And another one, I know everybody's shown this one too, but this is The Wall, and it has the great, I believe, if I remember correctly, this is Stedman, Ralph Stedman, I believe. He was actually a personal friend of Hunter S. Thompson. So he was a little bit crazy. I remember this is my pressing from like within a week of when this record came out. I bought this record when I was like 12 or 11 or 12. I was in grade 8. And I remember I bought this record, and I bought it with a buddy of mine at Zounds in Toronto. I'm sure Blue Nows will know all about Zounds. Zounds probably affected his record store that he worked at quite a bit. But I remember this this image here. I got this record home, and my buddy got this record home, and my best friend at the time, his parents had met each other while he was in the seminary and she was in whatever the hell the nun seminary is, but they were both on their way to becoming clergy, and they met and they fell in love, and they didn't become religious like clergy or people like that, and instead just became lay people. But they were highly, highly religious. And his mom found this because nothing he brought in the door was not inspected. And she just went apeshit over this and took this from him. And I remember she called my mom to tell me about the horrible pornography that I was bringing into the home. And my mom came down and looked at it and thought, yeah, it's not really ideal. Well, it's not what I want my 11 or 12-year-old boy to be looking at, but she said, just don't get fixated on that crap. And I thought that was kind of funny, because my mom was a little religious, but she realized that was just a drawing. And my friend came over a lot, and we listened to that record. Next is one I thought kind of was a little cartoony, and that's Heavy Cream. I thought the characterizations of the guys in Cream were cartoony. They've got that real kind of funky cartoon feel. I don't think there's anything else in here. Yeah, no. So that's that. And then the last one I got to show is one, I don't think I've ever seen anybody show this record in the VC. I'm not sure this is cartoony, but this might just be not cartoony, but or comic. You get more like just illustration, but I think it's kind of a little cartoony, and I'm not quite sure why this cover is on this record. But this is Joe Sample's Fancy Dance, and so I don't know if that classifies as cartoon, but it seems a little cartoony to me. Just somewhat the way this is drawn, but also the way that there's the box around it and the title on it. And this is a really early Joe Sample Trio album. And the engineer is Rune Person, and the produced by Rune Offerman. And this record came out in 1969. I don't have the time to dig through here and see who the other two players are, but this is like a bop, post-bop, hard bop kind of record. This is not what most people would think of Joe Sample. This is also not the original cover. This was originally on Sonnet, which is that label I showed with that record that Jonas sent me recently. I've never seen the original cover either. I don't know what it looks like, but I know that this is not the original cover. And does anybody else have this, seen this? If you do see this, buy this. This is pretty uncommon, pretty hard to find. Even this 78 reissue on Storyville is hard to find. And this is fantastic music. So again, Stefan, I really want to wish you a happy subscriber landmark, and I love your videos. Keep showing them. Keep exploring the post-punk stuff that you do so well, and that's it, man. Thanks for everything you do. Have a great day, and keep the record spinning.